official. And I'm so glad to be here this evening with you all and also with my good friend Naomi Laviolette, also known as Lucente Skye. So, welcome to Joyful Measures. It is a live stream concert series, and the intent of this offering tonight is to create a space for beauty and solace and connection and community through word and song. And also, I get a chance to hear my friends play music, which is amazing. So, real quick, right now, if you are tuning in, if you don't mind, just go ahead and hit that share button and share this live stream to your page, and it'll help us get more eyes and ears here so that we can all be here together with everyone watching. So tonight, I'm really excited to collaborate with my friend Naomi. She is, of course, incredibly talented and also very versatile artist. And among many of her creative outlets, she creates solo piano music under the name Lucente Skye. And so I thought, what better way to create some calm and just put some meditative energy out into the world than to collaborate with my friend Naomi. So she's going to share some of her solo piano songs, and we're going to be getting into some poetry, music making mischief as well. So Naomi, can you kick us off with a song?
You bet.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like grounded and calm now.
Good, 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 good.
Thank you so much for that. Um, so I want to welcome everyone by sharing a poem. And then throughout the evening, we're going to be collaborating and mashing up some piano songs and poems together. So I want to share a poem called Wondering Why Some People Think Poetry is Scary. In my trusty notebook, I wrote, poetry asks us to go below the surface, and for this reason, it is disruptive. And I know I'm not the one to start movements or lead marches. I'm not the fiery, flashy leader with more hope than answers. But I can raise my hand from the back of the classroom and when called upon say, this moment is gold. Your beating heart, a treasure. Don't you ever forget.
Beautiful.
Ah, Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. So, will you tell us a little bit about your project Lucent Sky and how it came about?
Yeah, uh, it was not something I planned on doing at all.
Uh-huh.
Uh, well, like so many people in 2020, so much of our lives just came to a grinding halt. And a lot of
Yes.
us went through a lot of heartache too, with what we were going through with the COVID disease and our lives coming to a halt and people being sick. And
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I, I just felt this need to create something that would calm myself at the
Yeah.
this little piano that I had. I was stuck at home with my little piano,
Mm-hmm.
and so I just started creating some melodies, um, and I've always kind of done that anyway. But I also was listening to a lot of these beautiful playlists on the different streaming services, and thought I could
Mm-hmm.
create something that might fit on that, and
Nice.
so I got some help from a audio engineer that taught me just the basics of miking a piano,
Mm-hmm.
and then just kind of went from there with all that time that I had, just starting to create songs and make recordings, and um, I decided to call it Lucent Sky because I just wanted something connected to nature and something bright and light
Mm.
filling, because I wanted the music to really comfort people, but also just sort of make them feel expansive too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it began, and now I've made a lot of recordings and really
Nice.
enjoying it because I can just do it at home.
Uh-huh. And so you released one album under the name Lucent Sky, right?
Hmm.
Discovering Peace.
Discovering Peace, yes.
Yeah.
Every song, I'm going to do some songs from that today,
Mm-hmm.
and every song is a different meditation practice in piano
Mm.
form.
Nice. I love
Yeah.
it. I love how when we create what we need
Hmm.
and then we share it, it resonates with other people because it's true for us, you know?
Absolutely. That every song in that was the piece that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Every song I
Mm-hmm.
created was some sort of piece that I needed to discover through a different practice, whether that was gratitude or loving
Mm-hmm.
kindness, or, embracing the bittersweet in my life.
Mm.
Um, so I mean, I'll still just sit down and play them if I need the help for myself.
Yeah. Right. Yes. I hear you. Okay, well, do you want to play a little bit more for us? And maybe I'll share a poem during this next song?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it.
I think I'd like to do the song Grateful from
Okay.
Discovering Peace, which is a gratitude practice, just because also we're coming into, gratitude time of year.
Yes.
Um, so that's the song I'll play. What poem are we going to hear?
Well, I'm gonna switch gears because you said it's a gratitude poem, and I think
Oh,
I'll share this poem that I wrote for Thanksgiving Day. It's called Thanksgiving Day Prayer.
great.
So it's a gratitude poem. Okay, let's do this.
Do it.
Thanksgiving Day Prayer. For this day I bow down and give thanks for yesterday and each yesterday that came before, for the blessings that are obvious and for the good sense to recognize and celebrate them, for the blessings that are downright ugly, the lessons learned the hard way, well of cleansing tears and grief, necessary counterweight to joy, for the blossoming of flavors on my tongue and for the savoring, for for these dear humans who created me and raised me with intent, and for their good health, for the love that is alive in my heart, for the ability to give it away and never empty it out, and for the grace to receive it too, for all who share my blood, and for all who are gone, for dear friends, chosen family, and our priceless laughter, shared sorrow, bright joy, for the hands that forged these utensils, the hands that grew and prepared this food, and for all the life force that has gone into this very meal, for the knowledge that this moment is all we have, for this breath, and for the next, I give thanks. Cinnamon, salt, cranberry, thyme. This is what gratitude tastes like. Amen. That's so
Wow.
beautiful.
And so wonderful to hear you reading that. Amazing. I remember when you shared that poem
Yeah.
at Thanksgiving time, and I just loved it so much.
I feel like I never want to read a poem without music again. it's, it's so amazing.
One thing I'd love to
Mm.
share about that song with people, should they want to go back and listen to it, is you can hear the word grateful in the melody.
Mm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll be grateful.
Uh-huh.
Whenever you hear that ascending line there,
Mm-hmm.
grateful.
Hmm.
So that's how it works as a gratitude practice, is you can just even be meditating on that word as you're
Uh-huh.
listening, and then thinking about what you're grateful for as you're listening.
Oh, I love that. I love how words suggest melody,
Mm-hmm.
um, and rhythm.
Spoken like a true singer-songwriter.
Right? Yeah. Well, speaking of singer-songwriter, that's actually how I first met you, is that we were both on the same singer-songwriter night in Portland or outside of Portland. Um, and I was so I was so taken by your heartfelt songs and performance, and also your there was a song that you wrote for your mom, or thinking of your
Mm-hmm.
mom, and she was there that night, and it was just it was so beautiful and sweet, and so yeah, you have that other aspect of your music, right? And how many
Yeah,
albums have you released as a singer songwriter?
four.
Wow.
Four.
Yeah.
I haven't caught up to you yet, though, Beth.
Yeah.
I was blown away by you that night.
But you've also been, writing choir scores and arrangements for the symphony, stuff like that. So you've been a little busy
Little
with that
ditties.
too. Yeah.
Little ditties like that.
Yeah. Do you want to share another song and maybe I'll float some words over it?
Float the words. I'm going to do a song, another song from the Discovering Peace album. This one's
Nice.
called Heart, and it's a loving kindness
Hmm.
meditation.
Nice.
So there's this a thing to listen for as you're listening to music and poetry. At least in the music, you'll hear this heartbeat throughout the
Hmm.
whole song. And I always say, if you want to put your hand on your heart while you're listening and just
Hmm.
send it loving kindness, That's what I hope people can do during this song. So, what poem are you going to share with
Oh
this?
my goodness, Naomi. I'm just listening to you and I know they're just the right one to do. And this is a poem called River Keeper, and it's a poem that I wrote to my heart. And it was a wonderful exercise that I had in a poetry class where we were asked to write a letter to our heart. So
I
this
love
is
it.
River Keeper. River Keeper. Oh, little heart, beat the drum. River Keeper, keep your center. Remember, there is great electricity behind you. Don't let anyone call you a machine. For the times you have spoken, interrupted my stunned silence, I thank you. For the times I have forgotten you, I bow down. It's not easy being animal. But wait, it is, you say? You're always saying something, like a sticky child at the table who blurts out profoundly wise words that shake awake these rusty sleepers. Just now, the sky reinvents itself. Hats off to you, little one. Beat the drum.
I don't think I want to play piano anymore without you speaking poetry to me.
It's really fun.
It's
Oh
like
my
they
God.
open each other up.
Yes.
It's really,
It's hard to explain. It's mysterious.
it is.
I love it. It
Yeah.
makes them take on new dimensions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that we're doing this. We're just trying something new tonight.
Well, I
And
mean,
it's,
why not?
why not?
That's the cool thing about doing reading poetry while you're playing is that we don't have to exactly sync up. You know, I know
Mm-mm.
sometimes with live streaming and zooming, it's hard to be synced, but in this case, it's okay if we're not exactly synced, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
So, I know you're working on, well, you already have started releasing a new project for Lucent Skye. What is that all about?
Well, there's this amazing painter from your neck of the
Mm-hmm.
woods. She
Mm-hmm.
lives in Bend, and I fell in love with her artwork. She does landscape paintings, mostly of Oregon and the Pacific Northwest, and I just loved her style so much. I asked her if we could do a collaboration that used her paintings as artwork for Lucent Sky songs.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
she generously has made little square artworks of, it's that's all you need when you're releasing a song on the streaming platforms is a little piece of little square artwork that lives
Mm-hmm.
next to the song. And she did that for 15 of her pieces. So I'm going to
Wow.
do a 15 songs all inspired by her
Oh
paintings.
my goodness.
And I mean, they're just stunning. So the first piece I played was actually from that project, and it's called Moraine Lake, which
Mm-hmm.
is right near Broken Top in the Sisters.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's in
Nice. I love
the
that.
Three Sisters Wilderness.
Getting
So
sort of a sonic landscape of Oregon.
yeah, and I look at her painting and I try to think, what does that sound like?
Uh-huh.
Which is such a really fun, creative exercise. Just
Mm-hmm.
sort of dream something up.
I love that. Yeah.
So,
Have you sent her your recordings?
as I make them,
Oh,
yeah, because I'm
wow.
just kind of making them gradually.
Mm-hmm.
And
So cool.
it's really neat to have that inspiration because I've always loved nature and been grateful to be an Oregonian for, a long time. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of neat to celebrate it in that way and also share her artwork with more people,
I love that. Yeah.
supporting small businesses and artists.
I had a similar experience with my poetry book and a painting that I ended up using for the cover, which I absolutely love. I fell in love with this painting, and it's by an artist named Claire Elsa Esser. And I didn't know her, and I just reached out to her and asked if I could license this for the book, and she said absolutely yes. And I
Mm.
was just thrilled. And yeah, it's I feel like all art is connected, and all art sparks art.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. It's such a
Yeah.
gorgeous cover.
Yeah.
Really is.
Thank
And it
you.
captures you too.
Mm-hmm.
Captures your heart when I
Yeah.
saw it.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, do you want to play maybe one of the Oregon landscape songs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
this is going to be an
Ooh.
unreleased song. So no one's
Mm-hmm.
heard this yet.
Mm.
Yeah, a little special treat for people who come to the live stream. They're going to hear a song before the rest of the world.
Ah. And what is this called?
This one's called Evergreen Fog.
Evergreen Fog. Ooh, lovely. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to
Okay.
try and think of a poem to go with that.
I will. Yes, I
Okay.
think I will. I think I've
All
got
right.
just
I'll
the
get
one.
started and you just chime in with
Okay.
what poem you feel so compelled to share. I
Okay.
love that this is some completely like
Was it?
we're part of it. We're just unscripted. Just
Yeah, just
what
let it
not
fly.
sure what's gonna happen. All right.
Okay. I'll let you start.
Yeah, and the painting is just it's mostly green and gray and it looks like this impressionistic tree with fog. It's so pretty. So
Ooh. Wow.
and what I tried to do here is create a song that flowed between major and minor
Oh, nice.
um, really gently so that
Mm-hmm.
it kind of felt foggy a little bit with the
Mm-hmm.
blend of tonalities.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool. Okay.
there we go.
The best conversations. The best conversations are round, no sharp edges, so true you can navigate by them at night. A touch point here and there in a life scattered, weathered, seemingly left to chance. Walking through the woods, you find a deep cave. You can shelter there. Between ceiling drips, dream of all those who have sheltered there before in the thick green canopy of language. The best ones fit in your pocket, smooth stones for thumbing, Tiny objects you might forget, but still come from the wash, singing. And I'll tell you, it's not just with humans. Once the winding water asked me, "Who is there?" And I said, "I'm still learning." Once Grandmother Moon said, "Child, where are you going?" And I said, "I'm still learning." The sky will tell you what she's thinking before she says it. A spotted horse at the fence, his field of waving grass stretching on forever. His brown eye, an orb filled with ancient knowing, not knowing, said, "But why have you come?" And I said, "I'm still learning." "And aren't you lonely?" "Yes," he said, and he nodded, swished. I touched the star between his eyes. He sighed. I said, "So am I." Wow.
Wow, can you tell us about that poem? I I love the horse in it.
The horse at the end.
The horse is so wonderful.
Yeah. Um, I was thinking about this topic of the best conversations that you've ever had. And I was thinking about how some of them are not even with humans. And that this horse in particular, of how sometimes with animals you feel a deep connection and understanding that goes beyond words or language. And yeah, so that was just where that one came from.
Gorgeous. And was
Thank
it,
you.
which book is it in?
It's in the new one called My
In
Name
the
is
new
Another Word.
one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Um, but when you said sort of the lush green, it just made me think of this poem because it has the dripping caves and the lush green in it. So, yeah, I love that. Oh my goodness.
Mm.
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love your books of poetry. I've given them as gifts to everyone in
Oh,
my family.
oh, thank you. You're very kind.
Christmas, holiday shopping,
It's coming
everyone.
right up.
It's coming
Yes.
right up.
I will hopefully at some point soon share some links in the comments with Naomi's website and Spotify and all the places that you can follow her and follow what she's doing and also listen to new music as it comes out. I guess Spotify is probably a good way to do that, to follow the Lucente Skye channel. Is
You
that
can
right?
follow there, and I think there's a way to add an artist on Apple Music and
Uh-huh.
Amazon Music as well too.
Uh-huh.
So just depending on what platform people like
How
to
you do
use,
that.
there's a way to add, and that just kind of lets the platform know that you want to receive new music from that artist,
Mm-hmm.
um, and that you know that artist has followers and people interested in it. So
Yeah.
it's really helpful if people do that.
Nice. Also, I happen to be one of Naomi's patrons on Patreon, and I really love getting to see what you share there. Sometimes it's kind of sneak peeks into what is going on with you, and I just love that. So Patreon is also a great way to support and follow Naomi and me as well. So
And Beth.
we follow each other on Patreon, so we cancel each other out, but we lift each other up.
It's not canceling out at all. I mean, technically, yes, but
Well, I mean,
I
yeah,
mean, I your art inspires me. So
same, absolutely the same. And,
It's
I also feel like artist friends in particular come into our lives kind of like just when we need them, and for me, my friends who are artists and musicians are the ones that I'm looking to for, how do we do this thing in the world? How do we make this work? And it's been really encouraging to see you doing the Patreon, and creating that community there. And it's kind of made me feel like, oh, I can do that too. Yeah.
yeah, I learn a lot so much from what you post. And I mean, even today, just doing this live stream and just
Yeah.
troubleshooting our tech
Yes.
and getting everything where it's helpful to have that camaraderie in the artist
Definitely.
community for sure.
Definitely. I don't know how we would do it without that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the series is called Joyful Measures, and I'm curious what is bringing you joy right now in life.
Hmm. I love walks in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
I have this one walk I go on. I think I told you about it. I have a tree and I've named her Trina. And every time I put my hand on her trunk, I look up. She's a big Douglas fir.
Nice.
I look up and see her kind of swaying like at the very top so far away, and I'm just amazed by her. And then um, I love gardening,
Mm.
and recently I was in my garden, and in the fall it's like it's playful because I'm taking these old seed pods and just kind of, and I'm just like, it's like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of love the mysterious, just that brings me a lot of joy to just say good luck, little seeds, because I don't know what I mean, I know some things about gardening, but the transition into the next year is just all an experiment for me.
Yeah.
So those things bring me joy. And then I have a junior in high school daughter who recently was in her high school musical,
Oh.
as the evil stepmother in Cinderella, and that, oh
Oh
man,
my
just brought me
gosh.
so much joy
That's
to watch her
amazing.
watch her play that role. Oh my goodness, I went to every
Yeah.
show. I was the crazy mom that was at literally every show.
That's so amazing. I love it. What a juicy role, too.
I know, it
Yeah.
really was.
Nice.
How about you?
Also, I do know that you have a dog named Joy.
I
Isn't this
do.
true? So she technically would be bringing you joy, I would think.
Every time I call her name.
She's
But
a
yeah,
cutie.
she's afraid of every little thing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we also call her Pansy.
Joy slash Pansy.
Joy, middle name Pansy.
Oh, I love that. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think for me, definitely finding joy in community and especially around things that lift my spirits, like music and poetry. Finding joy in being outside, same thing as you, and walking in the forest or walking with my dog Hannah, who is the joy also. And we do a lot of exploring in the sagebrush and in the forest. And for me, that's just time to let her do her thing, but it's also time to let me just be still in nature and listen. Um, Listen for what is true because it's always true.
Yeah.
So it's very, very grounding.
And sometimes all we need to do is just put our shoes on and
Yeah,
get out there.
get out for sure. Even in the winter, we just gotta bundle up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking we had talked about, so Naomi and I collaborated on a song that is a holiday song called Love is Love, parentheses, the Christmas Eve song. And we did a recording of it. I think it was 2021 or sometime around then,
Yeah.
and released that song. And also, Naomi created a beautiful video for the song. And we wanted to try to perform that song for you tonight, but we can't do it with the delay that happens in this format. But we were thinking maybe we could just play the video. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to play this beautiful video that Naomi made, and it was absolute joy collaborating on this song. It was so fun and wonderful. And also, Naomi has created a score for choirs to be able to sing this song too, which is amazing, and really, really fun. So everybody who's listening, we're going to roll the video, and then we're going to come back. So don't go anywhere. We'll come back and do a couple more songs. So let me see if I can figure out how to make this happen. I'm going to keep talking y'all through it because I'm looking for it. Oh, there it is.
And this is Beth's original song.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time I heard it. I was like, oh, please, please, Beth, can we do this? Can we be involved somehow in this amazing song?
I was like, really? Okay. Okay, I think I found it. Love is love. Okay, I'm going to try to roll the video. I'm going to share the sound. Okay, here we go. Okay. It's Christmas Eve, and the moon hangs like a pearl, shining on this sleepy little town. These mountains beam, they're dressed up for all the world. Three queens wearing their winter white gowns, and I don't know much, but I know we love our stories. It comes with the territory of being alive. And love is love is love is love is love. Oh, love is love is love is love is love. And let love be tonight. Hear the bells ring. There is music in the air. Little trees dressed up in tangled strands of light, all red and green. There is tinsel everywhere. Sleepy children trying to stay awake all night. And I don't know much, but you'd have to be frozen in the middle not to feel it just a little, with all these cheerful sights and sounds. And love is love is love is love is love. Oh, love is love is love is love is love. And there's enough to go around. That holy night, travelers looking for a bed, a place to lay their weary bodies down. By candlelight, they were sheltered, they were blessed with quiet animals nestled all around. And I know tonight, if there's one cold and weary traveler, or one scared and hungry mother, then this story isn't over quite yet. Because love is love is love is love is love is love is love. Oh, love is love is love is love is love. Love is love is love is love is love. Oh, love is love is love is love is love. And let us not forget.
Man, the words
Oh
in that
my
always get me every time.
It's so beautiful. And the My Bloomfield cello part, oh, it really, really gets me every time.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Thank you for sparking that collaboration.
I grabbed onto your spark.
Okay, well, there you go.
You wrote the song, and then
We
it just
sparked
became
each
a warm fire.
Nice. I love it. Well, do you want to do another
Yeah.
Lucente Skye song?
Yeah.
See what happens?
Do you have a poem in mind?
I might. Do you tell me about the song and then I'll.
Okay, you want to keep going that direction?
We can, or we could do it the other way.
I'm curious to try the other way.
Well, when you were talking about your garden, it made me think of this one poem that's garden related. It's set in a garden. And it's called Damn It, I'm Trying to Be Bitter. But imagine a garden, lush and green.
I'm going to do the song called Bittersweet.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
How about that?
Okay, sounds good. Damn it, I'm trying to be bitter. Have you ever stepped into the garden with sleepy feet and bedhead, doing your best to remember how to be grateful for all of it? The mud, the shit, the sudden unwelcome pellets of hail, even while cucumber vines climb like impossible arms toward the leaning gate for the sake of the sun. You try your best not to gasp at the fragile beauty of morning dew, its tilt just right for lighting up shimmering water drops on flower petals. But this pebble lodged in my heart, you say, a new blossom, smaller than a pinprick, says, yes, exactly that, yes. Beautiful.
Me too.
Yeah. I feel like, you know how you feel after you do a whole yoga class and you're just like,
Savasana.
I feel like this is the music poetry version of Savasana.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like it puts me in a different state of mind for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of putting music and poetry together, should we tell them
Hmm.
about our possible
Oh,
upcoming?
yes, this is very
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah, very exciting. I just received a choral commission for a new Christmas holiday song, and I have asked Beth to be the poet for it.
Woohoo.
And it will be performed in Boston in December of 2026. It's a ways out,
We've got some
but
time.
it's our first time really taking like something that doesn't exist yet for either of us and
Hmm.
creating it together. She'll be
Hmm.
doing the words and I'll be doing the music. So
It's so
I'm excited.
exciting.
Hmm.
Yeah. This will be, I think this is my first official poetry commission for, like a piece of art, a choral piece or a piece of art. So that's really exciting to me. And I can't wait
Yeah,
to see the process and how it goes.
yeah, it'll
Yeah,
be an adventure for sure
for sure.
because it's kind of my first time doing it too. So
Yeah.
because I've taken poems and set them to music.
Uh-huh.
But what I'm excited about what we might be able to do is I might also be able to make some music that then you create poetry that to go to music and maybe
Right.
try it a blend of which comes first, words or
Mm-hmm.
music.
Mm-hmm.
And what's nice about and a big reason other than I love you and I love your poetry and I love your
Mm-hmm.
songs is you also are a singer songwriter and so you
Right.
get how words sing and
Totally.
how they can go into a vocal melody and maybe which vowels you might want to lean into on long notes or
Mm-hmm.
soft
Mm-hmm.
versus loud spots because an ah is much louder than an ooh and so
Right.
you can really be thoughtful with the words you choose based on what's happening musically and I'm excited to
Right.
see
I love
where
that.
it goes.
Yeah, and it works both ways, like we talked earlier about how melody suggests words and also
Mm-hmm.
words suggest melody. So we can
Yeah.
look at it from both sides, and I think that'll be really
Mm-hmm.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to do another one of these when we finish it and talk
Mm-hmm.
about that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe how time flies, but I think we're gonna move toward closing our concert reading. I want to say how grateful I am to you, Naomi, for doing this with me and trying something new. And thank you. It's really fun, and it's just a whole new dimension to be able to put my poems to your music. So I love
It
it.
was an
Thank you.
honor to be asked.
Thank you.
That's how
Yeah.
I feel.
Um, so I thought I'd do a closing poem and then I'll ask if you'll do a closing song. Is there anything else you want to say or talk about before that time comes?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I wanted to just mention, if there are piano players on the stream listening or listening to the replay, these songs are not super complicated. I wrote them to be really calming and soothing, which means that they're very accessible to a lot of piano players. And I've been making the scores so that people
Nice.
can print them out and um, try and play them at home. Because there's also just a lot of comfort from doing it, from
Mm-hmm.
creating it yourself. So if you're a Patreon member with me, I give them out for free to all the patrons. Otherwise, they're on my website and they're not very much money at all to just go buy the PDF and you can create. I want to get all of Discovering Peace into a whole book, so
Uh-huh.
like for holiday presents. My goal is to have the
Nice.
whole album ready to go by the end of November. So
I love that. And I love that idea of being able to take these songs home and, play them for myself when I need calming,
right,
when I need to gather some peace, some peaceful energy.
Yeah,
So yeah, I can't wait to try that. So
great.
fun. And thank you everyone for joining us. If you've been watching and listening, we are, yeah, happy to be here with you in this way. You know, it's not always possible to get together in person. And so this is really nice to be able to do this and be with you. Thank you for watching and tuning in. So I'll leave with a poem and would love to connect with you. My website always has my events and what's coming up, and information about my new book. And also, Patreon is a great way to connect and just hear about what's going on. And so, yeah, I look forward to connecting with you soon. I'm going to leave you with this poem that's called Wait Right Here. A blizzard warning makes your head a spinning top. Yes, there are eggs, potatoes, lentils, maybe even kale. There is coffee, cream, this checklist dancing around the upward slope of hours. One day you will learn you don't need time, stillness, even hands to sift through the glistening sand of your life for treasures. No howling winds can touch them. Hide them away. One day, that golden morning by the river will save you from sorrow, will anchor you, will wash you clean. In darkness, keep going. Wait right here for the light.
I love that.
Thank you. Will you play us one more song out?
Poetry reminds us of what's like so most deepest true in our hearts. Your poetry does.
Thank
I will
you.
play us out. I'm going to play
Okay.
the title track to Discovering Peace. A little fun. What's kind of neat about sharing it where you can see the piano is you can also see sort of what's happening in this song. The left hand is going to stay in the center of the piano. Did I say left? The right hand is going to stay in the center of the piano. The left hand's going to go on either side. And what this is creating is this idea of discovering peace takes courage. And right in the center is courage that runs like a river through your life. And it swirls, and it's on the edges is where the magic happens. When you're having to really stretch into your courage and be brave. And so just I hope you can kind of see how my hand moves and know that that's that dancing along the edges of courage and that journey towards discovering peace that takes courage to journey towards. So.
I love that twinkle at the end. It's like a hopeful note to end on.
Yeah. I don't know if you caught that it started in one key and it ends in
Hmm.
another place because you've traveled somewhere.
Oh, I love that. And I love being
Yeah.
able to see your hands. I've heard this song before, but seeing you cross over like that gives it a new meaning for sure. Yeah. So beautiful.
This
Thank you
was
so much.
fun.
It was
This
so
was so
fun.
fun to do. What
Thank
a
you for,
nice way to blend the two art forms.
yeah, I think so too. Maybe we'll have to do some live performances, poetry
I
and
would love
piano.
that. The only thing
Mm.
that's tricky is I can't take this piano around with me. This one
Oh,
with the special felt bar.
right. Well, how many people can you fit in your studio? Five?
Like five. It's
You're
tiny.
a very small private concert.
Very small, very private.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Naomi. Thank you,
Thank you
everybody,
for
for
having me.
tuning in.
Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah. We'll say goodnight. Thank you.